halftime about just execution late in games, close games. What did you like about just the way y'all were able to close that game out in San Antonio?
We got a few stops late in the game, and our pace and force, we didn't have a letdown in that area. We didn't walk the ball up. Everything was continuously to be fast in the fourth quarter. I think that helped us a ton.
Have you watched that final play a couple of times since then? It's a pretty impressive, 10 seconds or 12 seconds in
it. It was a lot happened in 10 seconds, but in the end, the ball got to Zion, and he took off with 3 guys on him. Just a touch that he has, especially going at that speed, to be able to find the backboard, put it on the backboard, and he goes in. It was incredible.
And that gear that he switched into a gear that you don't see, you see that gear in the final 10 seconds of a game. I'm guessing that maybe was the most encouraging thing for you, or one of the most encouraging things for you, how he knew how to turn that gear on at that moment?
Yeah, a couple things. Number one, Jose having an awareness when he got the ball. You could see him looking, and he found Z right away. And then, like you said, Zion's gear, he took it to a whole nother level. And Wembanyama, he was tracking him, and he just barely missed it. But, it's good to come out on the winning side of things.
It was like just watching that battle between Zion and Victor at the rim. I mean, a minute earlier, Victor got him, and for Zion to come back and pull one in on just those 2 guys.
It was fun. It was fun to watch. He has amazing. Victor has amazing shot blocking capabilities. He got Zion a few times, but Z's not going to stop. He's going to continue to find a way to get to the basket, create different angles, and that's what he was doing late in the game.
What did you think of not just that final play, but he had 14 points in the fourth quarter? It seemed like a couple times it would be easy to get discouraged because he was getting a lot of contact and not getting a foul call. But it seemed like he still kept going to the basket and kept trying to continue to run.
Yeah, he did. And his teammates were all encouraging him. A couple calls was frustrating, but just stay with it, next play speed, and he did. And, the ball found him, and he continued to attack, which at the end of the day, when the ball finds Zion, he's going to make the right plays.
Did you like the way that he kind of approached the referee but didn't go so far to get a technical foul? You like the way that he kind of did it in a way that was not over the top, kind of, as far as addressing that?
Yeah, I thought his composure was at a high level, especially given time score situation. I think that was in the fourth quarter or late in the game. So I'm definitely proud of his composure, but it's hard. He goes to the basket and feels like he's getting fouled and not getting those calls. It's hard to keep your composure in those moments.
And when you're kind of ascending the way he is into stardom, I guess how important are those moments to kind of come through for your team late in the game, kind of making those game-winning plays late in the fourth quarter? Because that's what's required of stars, right? Making those plays in those moments.
Sure. To
kind of have that moment, how meaningful is that for them?
It's extremely meaningful to win a game late in the game, especially with the struggles that we've had. The guys know it. Didn't get off to a great start, but going back to Z, he has all the capabilities in the world to step on the floor and dominate anytime he wants. And it was on full display in San Antonio. And now, our goal is to continue to build on that type of momentum.
And Jose came into that game, gave you guys a real, uplifting momentum going on there. Is he going to be a guy that's going to be troublesome still to get in a rotation because you want to stay at 10? Or is it going to be maybe you're going to go game to game now, get a kind of the way the game's going, get a feel for it? Is that what's going to depend on these factors?
We're still figuring it out, honestly, and at this point in the season, because at any given moment, a lot of our guys have helped us win games, and they all have contributed to big-time wins for us, Jose included. And that was a game we needed more energy, more pop, and I'm continuously talking to him and others about just staying ready, the preparation that goes into staying ready, and he's doing that. And we were grateful that he came in right away, and you could feel the game shift when he touched the floor.
I'm sorry, one more on Zion, if you don't mind. Would it be safe to say that an ultra-aggressive Zion, especially in the fourth quarter, is sort of a big key going forward? Like seeing that fourth quarter Zion more often?
It is. When he's aggressive, good things happen for us. And sometimes that's scoring, that's kicking out to his teammates, that's aggressive defensively, rebounding the ball, all of the things that we talk about. But definitely when he's aggressive, we see a different Zion on the floor.
Pretty recently, you talked about wanting him to, I guess, start more possessions for you, kind of just initiating possessions. Where are you at in terms of that, of getting him those, I guess, those touches at the beginning of possessions?
We still like what we see when the ball is in his hands early, for sure.
Willie, is there an update regarding Larry and Herb? Were they able to go to practice today?
They both went through a full practice, and we have more of an update for you all. I'm sure tomorrow at some time.
Yeah, you joked a few times about just how tough your job is when it comes to the end of the rotation, guys. I mean, just how much are y'all evaluating that from game to game, trying to figure out just how to kind of split those minutes up, especially when one guy's not playing and he comes in has a great game and you feel like, okay, maybe I should give him more opportunities. How much does that adjust just from game to game?
It's a major adjustment for us from game to game. You credit the guys that can come in and make plays for you, and all the guys continue to work hard and they prepare for those moments. They're all still kind of young, so it's going to be a bit of inconsistency sometimes. Sometimes I'm not as consistent as I can be with the minutes, but it's because they all bring something valuable to this team, and it's hard to play them all. You want to, but eventually we'll get to a point where we trim the second unit down a bit, and kind of this is who we'll go with.
Well, how do you handle the trade deadline stuff just personally? Do you get involved in all the minutia of it with Trajan and Griff, or do you sort of let them handle it and take a step back? What is sort of your mindset this week?
Well, I'm definitely leaving it to Trajan and Griff a bit more, but, they fill me in on any discussions that happens, and, we kind of go from there, but, it's tough. It's tough, I'm sure, for some of our guys if they're hearing rumors and things that they can't control. But the mindset for all of us is focus on what we can control. We can continue to come in and look at the things that we're doing well on the floor. We can enjoy coming in and being with each other here. And the rest is out of our control. We can prepare to go out and be great every game, but the rest of it you can't control, and we just try not to put too much focus on that.
Do you hope to be active before the deadline?
Once again, I don't get into whether we're active, whether we're not active. Just control what we can control. If we see an opportunity that helps us, we take a look at it.
Thank you.